The Murray State Women's Center supports and empowers women and men to unite as equal partners and become leaders on campus and beyond. The director of the center, Abigail French, is here to provide us with information on the upcoming events. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely, so glad to be here.
Absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit about what the Women's Center does as a whole?
Yeah, so the Women's Center is a support service to both students, faculty, and staff. We provide support services such as counseling and advocacy to students who may be in situations such as sexual assault, dating violence, stalking. So we work with them in advocacy to help them prepare for reporting, talk to them about safety planning, talk to them about the resources in the community that are available to them. And so that's sort of all, while it's happening, while they're reporting, while they're reaching out type of thing that we do. And then after the fact, we work with them individually through counseling and just talking to them about how they want to move forward with their lives and the things that they need, making sure that they're continuing to be supported.
So it's not just women who are welcome at the Women's Center, it's open to men and women.
Correct, and we do work with both men and women on all of those topics. We know that traditionally, violence-based crimes were thought of to be a woman's problem and not necessarily men, but we know that in recent years much more attention has been focused on how men are also affected by sexual assault, how they can also be victims of dating violence and often victims of stalking as well.
So you mentioned that students come and if they're dealing with sexual assault or stalking, what's the first step that they should take when something like that happens?
Yeah, so it's different for every person, and that's one of the very first conversations that I have with a student especially is to say, this process is about you and it's about what you need. So there's not a right first step and there's not a wrong first step, it's about what you need. And so for some students, they really need to start off with counseling. That's what they want. They need to feel supported, they need to feel like they've gotten just sort of their own personal reaction under control before they feel like they can go and tell their story to somebody else. And for others, that first step for them is reporting. And so in that case, we help them make those contacts and meet with the officers or with Title IX or whoever it is that they need to meet with.
Yeah, of course. So there's some upcoming events that the Women's Center is sponsoring. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Yeah, so March is a busy month for us. It's National Women's History Month, so we have Celebrate Women Luncheon in March, which is always a lot of fun. This is the 28th year that the Women's Center has hosted the event on campus, and so it's a long-standing tradition. And we're really excited about it. It's going to be on March 14th, which is a Monday, at 12:30 in the Kerr Center Ballroom. And this year, Susan Guess, one of our Board of Regents members, is going to be speaking at the luncheon. And then we'll also have a performance piece by one of the professors here on campus, Dr. Constance Alexander. She'll be performing some pieces that she's collected from students on gender equality. So it's going to be a great luncheon. And then after spring break, the Monday after, we'll be having Take Back the Night on the 28th. And so we're still working on all the details of that, but we'll be keeping students posted about when that is.
Good. Glad to hear that. So can you tell me how someone can get in touch with you if they're having a problem and need your help?
Yeah, so we're a very open office. You're welcome to walk in anytime over in Applied Science. It's C102 there in the front of the building. And students can walk in. They can make an appointment if they'd like to. They can email msu.womencenter@murraystate.edu or call the office at 809-3016.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
The Murray State Women's Center joined the National Love is Respect Week by promoting healthy relationships. They work to raise awareness on dating violence and how to safely get out of an unhealthy or abusive relationship. An information table was set up in the Kerr Center for college students to stop and share their definition of what love is. The national movement raised awareness about healthy and unhealthy relationships and connected students to support services available to them. The Murray State Women's Center worked along with the Merriman House to promote Love is Respect Week.
Unhealthy relationships involve emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. A lot of times people don't think that emotional abuse is a form of violence, but we definitely need to take into account that those things do happen and is a red flag. They are some different things that people need to pay attention to, such as coercion, victim blaming, stalking, and just verbal abuse.
Bringing awareness to a campus community is important because most victims of abuse, whether emotional or physical, are young people between the ages of 17 and 24.
We like to really hit hard in campuses and places like this because we want to prevent the violence before it actually happens. So that's one of the reasons why we're just promoting these healthy relationships, to get people to thinking and to provoke that conversation within the campus community.
Educating people about the warning signs can prevent violence and make a difference in someone's life.
Dating violence is just pretty much a cycle of power and control. So at any time, if you're in a relationship and you feel like you can't control your own daily activities, or if you do something like wear a certain clothing or something that your partner is not very open to, then those are some of the signs. And people have those boundaries, like what may seem like it's crossing boundaries to some people may not be crossing boundaries, so it's just really good to have that conversation so that you'll know what's acceptable and not acceptable in a relationship. Our hope is to have these people be more self-sustainable, self-efficient, where they can self-regulate their emotions and different problems that they may have in their life.
The Murray State University Women's Center is located on the first floor of Oakley Applied Science, Suite C 102.